This is Stoogeclub! Geeks, gamers, nerds, sweaties that still live at home in their mum's basements. This is Stoogeclub! And we're taking over everything! Everything! Welcome to another episode. I am your host, the Stooge. Today we're looking at video game and comic book pickups. Now, let me just put a parenthesis around comic books. It's just the trades and hardbacks that I've picked up, because if we did single issues, we'd be here all goddamn day. I've had a standing order for 25 years. Anyway, let's get on with video games. So one I forgot to show you last time. No, I did not pay the price that is on it. I paid $12 for it. And that is Iria. I think that's how you pronounce it. It looks like a tactical RPG. So, yeah, for sure. This just arrived yesterday. This cost me $12.50. Pretty happy to pick it up. It looks like a lot of fun. I haven't actually had a chance to play it yet, and that is Sin Mortar EX. It's a shooter, side-scrolling shoot 'em up. Definitely into that. All right. These two actually scanned up at the wrong price, so I will take that. This scanned up at $29.95. It's currently still a minimum of $60 most places. Some places have it for like $70. Gran Turismo Sport. So a little tip, if you're in Target in Australia, ignore the prices, use the scanner, because the price said $70. It scanned up at $29.95. They had put the wrong version of this game on sale. It was supposed to be the online one. They put the wrong one on sale. I'm taking advantage of that because, well, if you screw up, that's not my fault. So Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age for $39. You can see the price there. This is still, $69.95 everywhere else. It was supposed to be Final Fantasy 14, the online one. One of the expansions was on sale for $39. This I just picked up yesterday. I've already put way too many hours into this. Like way too many hours already. Great game, and I think it's like probably the best in the series so far. Sword Art Online, Fatal Bullet. I don't watch the anime. I played the first game, which is like an MMO, a single player MMO RPG. It plays like Xenoblade. This one is a third-person shooter. I know on the back it just looks like another RPG, but it's not. It's actually, you might be able to see that. He's got a gun in his hand. This is actually a third-person shooter RPG. Really good game. Lots of fun. If you like third-person shooters, definitely get it. That's it for the video game pickups. Let's move over to comics. Now, these are trade paperbacks or hardcover trades. These aren't graphic novels. Graphic novels are single stories, long format stories, using the comic book medium to tell their stories. They were never published as single issues. The Death of Captain Marvel. That is a graphic novel. It was never published as single issues. All of these were published as single issues and collected, thus they are trades, not graphic novels. First up, Total Tank Girl. Okay, let's adjust this slightly, shall we? So Total Tank Girl, haven't read this yet. You can see it's still sealed. Looking forward to getting into this. I don't know if I've read Everybody Loves Tank Girl, Solid State Tank Girl, Bad Wind Rising. They're the three trades collected in this. Not sure if I've read them. This is actually just a collection of issues. I picked this up from Phantom Zone. I haven't read this. It stars the original Guardians of the Galaxy. Not the Guardians, from the movies, not the last 10 years Guardians. This was the 80s and early 90s Guardians with Vance Astro and the original Yondu and that type of stuff. And this is the Kovac Saga. It's a 4-issue little mini-series. It's got all 4 issues there. I'm going to get into that. Next up, I was a huge fan of this series. I thought it was actually better than the main series at the time. And I've highly recommend going and having a reread of all of these issues. I saw this. I've been helping out at Phantom Zone, just doing some stock take, because a friend of mine owns the place. Asked me to help out, I help out. And I keep seeing stuff that I want, so I picked up Avengers West Coast Vision Quest. That light is so annoying. There we go. Vision Quest. So this is from the 90s. Avengers West was a fantastic series that you really should check out. It was better than the actual Avengers books at the time. This is damaged, so it was 25% off. And it collects some cool stuff. Damage usually means there's either some loose pages or maybe the spine isn't glued in properly, but it's readable. And this is what I buy these things for, to read them. So I don't really care if a book's damaged as long as it's readable. So I got the Howard the Duck collection. This has got a bunch of the original Howard the Duck stuff. So it's collecting Howard the Duck magazine, Marvel Team Ups, Howard the Duck from 76, She-Hulk, you know, a bunch of weird stuff from that era of Marvel. Howard the Duck's an interesting book. He's been appearing in Guardians. I've read most of this before, but hell, I'll read it again. I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan. Never read this. I've read most of the stuff that he's written. I've seen all his movies. I've got a ton of signed stuff. Whatever, that's besides the point. I'm a huge sweaty. But I've never actually read this. So I went, screw it, why not? Because it features his whole run. It's volume 1 of the Bionic Man Omnibus by Dynamite, featuring the whole run by Kevin Smith. Great covers though. It's Alex Ross, I think. And I think I've only read like the first, maybe 1 or 2, so you know what? We'll read the whole run of the Bionic Man. Why the hell not? Or the first volume omnibus anyway. This looked really interesting. Like really interesting. And I just went, you know what? Haven't read it. Looks interesting. I'm going it. The Big Con Job. So it looks like a bunch of out-of-work superheroes or retired superheroes and supervillains have to pull one last job. I don't know, but I'm going to check it out. I'm reading the second one at the moment, so why not? We'll go back and check out the first one. And this is set in the adventures style rather than main style. I like the artwork. And I'm a fan of both of the books that are crossing over, so, you know, have to do it. So we've got the Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures crossover. The number 2 crossover is happening at the moment, which is pretty cool. This looks awesome. Look at that, the Batman Adventures, the old 90s animated style. Turtles look awesome. Oh, I can't wait to read that. And this is my absolute pick of the month. This is a must read. This is probably the greatest crossover of all times. All times. That includes the old Justice League JSA 60s and 70s crossovers. That includes the Flash of Two Worlds. That includes the Marvel vs. DC and the Allogram stuff. Like, that includes all of it. All of it. Superman, Muhammad Ali. All of it. This is one of the greatest crossovers ever. The hardback for Archie vs. Predator. Nearly said Punisher because there was an Archie vs. Punisher book back in the day. So Archie vs. Punisher came out in the 90s. It literally is one of my favorite silly books of all times. This tops it by a mile. This is so good. It is absolutely ridiculously gory. Yeah, there's a Predator with Jughead's head in his hands. Let me just find a gory page here for you. It's not hard because there's many of them, but there's one particular one I want to show you. Alright, here we go. That's Sabrina the Teenage Witch. The girls go to Sabrina for help because something's chasing them. It's all bad. Sabrina's trying to lift some curse. And this is what happens to her. She gets spiked by the Predator. And then her head ripped off. This is in an Archie book. Archie! There's Betty and Veronica. This is Archie! It's so good. It's so good. Jughead's head in a candy machine. You need to check this out. It is a out of continuity, what if type thing. Like what happened if Archie vs the Predator. And it is so amazing. You need to check it out. Alright, let's lay this stuff out so you can have one last look at it. Alright, and there we have it. There are the games. Get this. There are the comics. Sorry, there's just not enough room to lay them all out. What's that? Big con job. Get that. How'd you think I did? Did I score some cool stuff? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, I have been the Stooge. This is Stoogeclub!